Hi, welcome back to the channel. This is Penny Glen Dog Training and Cabin Life if you're new to the channel. I'm sorry I've not done a video for a week, I apologise. I did quite a few videos last week, but I've not been so good. I've had a bit of flu, so that put me on my back a bit. So I've just kind of really been looking after my son really. On this video I'm going to be cutting some more wood today, so I've got to get some wood in. I want to say a big shout out to Jordan. So hi Jordan, he's from EE. I spoke to him on the phone in the business section. And then I'd like to give a shout out to Hannah and to James. Hiya James. Also I want to say a shout out to Thomas, and his channel is Toby VG. If you go on my homepage, channel homepage, if you go right down to the bottom for the videos, you'll see two little circles with website links. The top one is my training YouTube channel, which says Penny Glen Gun Dogs, and underneath you'll see like a 3D image of a wolf, and it says Toby VG. That's his channel. If you could go on his channel if you have time and subscribe, it'll help him out a lot. He's doing really well. He's got a load of content there. He's big into gaming. He's done quite a few vlogs. He's doing really well. Very proud of him. He's my nephew. He's doing really good. Now, when all this lockdown's over and hopefully things will go back to normal a bit, he's going to come up and see me. We're going to do a bit of a collaboration together. We're going to make a video, and he's going to tell me all about what he's doing and what he wants to aim for and everything like that. And I'll talk a bit about myself because I'm good at that. I always don't, don't I? So it'd be nice to have him on my channel. I'm really looking forward to it, and it'd be good viewing as well because he's a great lad. I know he's aiming to get 1,000 subscribers, so if we can get as many as we can for him to support the young lad, then much appreciated. That it really would be. I don't know what else really. I've not really done much. Obviously I've not seen anybody because of the lockdown. I'll tell you something, I was talking to my mate Andrew again. I talk to him most days, Andrew. You know Andrew because I've told you stories about him. And we were talking about the old days again, and he was talking about when he used to go on the bus and he was a young lad, which I can remember what he's on about. And he was talking about it used to be 2p to go on the bus as a kid. If you're a kid you got on for 2p. I can remember that. And then as I finished school it went to 10p. But I'll tell you a funny story. I used to catch the bus when I'd left school. I used to catch the bus to work in the morning down to my brother's bakery, because he owned a bakery in Bolton called Stewart's Bakery. Brilliant place to work, that was brilliant. And I used to catch the bus, and then I used to catch the bus home. So on the way home this one day I got on bus and I paid me 2p, and our Stuart was with me. For some reason he didn't have a card, he was on the bus, I don't know why, and he got in after me. And the bus driver said, "Where are you going?" He says, "Oh, to where we were going home." And he said that'll be like £1 or something. So he paid his money, and then he said to the driver, "Hang on a sec." He said, "Ian, come here." So I went back. He said, "You know this lad here?" He says, "He's left school and he's just paid 2p to be on bus." And my face went white. And he said, "If I've got to pay full price, so has he." And anyway, I had to cough up. The driver said, "Well, unless you pay full price, you're off." And he must have spread the word like wildfire, because every time I got on the bus, I used to say 2p and say, "Nah lad," he said, "you're working now." But all the bus drivers used to come in our Stuart shop. So that was me snookered. I had to pay full price. He were on to me, our Stuart, as a kid. I always remember when I was really small, he used to sit me on his knee, and he used to get my hands. He used to say, "Stop hitting yourself," tapping my face and my body. He used to say, "Stop hitting yourself." He always used to do it as a kid. I remember going to my granddad's. He were only my grandma and granddad. He were only small, my granddad. And I used to sit on his knee. I was only little, and he used to grab me jumper like that, and he used to sway me all over like I was in a racing car. It was brilliant. I remember my granddad, honestly, I do remember him, he was lovely. And I remember he had a greenhouse in his back garden. Well, the funny thing is, obviously when my granddad passed away, my dad got his greenhouse. Well, about a year ago, my dad brought the greenhouse up to me, so I've got a greenhouse here, and it was my granddad's. that I remember going in when I was a kid at his house. It's funny how things work out in life, really, isn't it? So it's like I remember the payphones. We spoke about the payphones before, and I can remember them being 2p. And I'll tell you something I remembered the other day. Do you remember when you used to go to the shops and you used to have them, like, do they call them a gumball machine, something like that, where it's like a red casing with glass and all the bubble gums in it, like 1p bubble gums, and you put your penny in it, you turn the dial, and then out shot a little bubble gum or a little sweet. And you always used to have them outside the shops. They always had them. So, but if you look them up on eBay, they go for an absolute fortune now. So, but things were better back in the old days. I know people always say things were better. And like I've said, me and our Stuart spoke, my brother, we say, like, when we were a kid, there were no threats like terrorism like there is now. The only things we had, which were still serious, the only thing we had to worry about were the IRA. They were the only thing. We had no troubles in the world that we had to bother about or anything. But I remember when we were little, the IRA always threatened to bomb Bolton, Arndale Centre, and they also always threatened to bomb Manchester. So I remember when I was little, we used to go in the shops, and me and my mum were always scared going in, thinking, oh, I hope it's not today, I hope it's not. Because they did a lot of bombings when we were little, the IRA. And then, years later, we got the news that Manchester bomb went. And my mother I went to see my mother about a year after that bombing, and she took me to Manchester where it were, and there were just rows and rows of streets where glass was just blown out of all the windows, and all the shops were abandoned and that. Something I'll never forget that. But it's one of them things that people always remember. It's like this pandemic now. For the next few generations in front, they'll always talk about the pandemic. They'll say, oh, I remember the stories when Mum and Dad used to talk about the virus and the pandemic was on. They had to self-isolate, and people were passing away in hospitals and everything, in nursing homes. It'll be a piece of history, just like World War I, World War II, Iraq War, Falklands. I remember the Falklands. Always remember that. I had a few of my friends, they were soldiers in the Falklands. I used to know an old bloke called Andy Ross, and he was a sergeant, well, he was a drill sergeant, and he was on one of the battalions that went up to take back the Falklands. I always remember him telling me stories about that. I had another friend called Kevin, and he was in the First Iraq War. So, yes, as you get older in life, you find that you know more people that was involved with different things. I've just seen our patch turn up. So listen, I'm going to leave you in peace. I'm going to start cutting some wood. I hope you like my art. I'm an Hungarian goat herder, a friend of mine used to say. Our Jackie, she used to say, I look like an Hungarian goat herder with my beard and that. So I'll let you get a close-up of my art. Now, my wife, who is going to be my ex-wife soon, got me this hat. What do you reckon? Do I look very fetching? I always wear it in winter.